The night the panther came. The old man knowed what it was when he first heard the ruckus. He grabbed his gun and out the door. Up the hill he run. He could hear the barking of the dogs and the shrill yelling of his sons. Stick him tight. Get him, Blue. He knew the panther was back in amongst those pinned-up hogs, with blood on her coat of black. Look out! She's turning! He heard the cry and a scream from his least boy, Jim, and right then he knew he'd never no more hear ne'er word from the live lips of him. Over the fence the black cat leapt, carrying a dark, bloody shape. Not a piglin, ne'er a hog, not with that pale face. Lord Almighty, no. He raised his gun and shot. He shot long and he missed. He knew he could not hit, not that far, that poor gun. But he had to try at least to save the body of his dearly loved least son. Running, stumbling through the night, whipping up the dogs, the old man stayed close behind. He would not let the black cat lay up. He would not let her die. While the brothers followed, a pack and a maddened crew, Uncle John went running for the neighbors. They'd know what to do. They saddled up their horses and cut across the woods. She's heading for Black Lake Swamp, boys. Once in there, she's gone for good. We got to get ahead of her. Round her back to the east. Then we can come up on her before she stops to feed. Oh, Lord, that poor boy. Silence, dark and grim. Terror to think of what befell their little neighbor Jim. And the hounds began to bell and sound, and the avenging circle closed tight around the raging panther caught at bay in a crotch in a live oak tree. Green eyes of flame crouched over her prey, and the men below, with torches high, caught glimpses of poor Jim, asprawl beneath those red-tipped claws. The old man was beside himself. His gun he could not hold still. Let me, please, sir, the major said. I'll bring that painter down. And so saying, the major dismounted and handed his reins to his man. And torches high, he called, and raised his gun and sighted in on the cat's flaming green eye. And with one swift shot, one shot and no more, the bloody black panther died. Swift she fell and straight into the dogs. They all went biting wild. The major called for help from the men to calm them and to climb with the poor dead child. My God! My God! A shout went up and a chill went down their spines. He's alive. Jim's alive. The climber roared, and then in a softer sigh, I can't believe this boy is still alive. It was true. Bloody and bitten, shredded to might, marked, and carried away by a fearsome panther in the night, followed and saved by his father and brothers and their hard-riding neighbors, determined their Jim would not be eaten. Poor Jim was brought home living to his mother, and sitting around the table with cold cornbread and chitlins and strong black coffee with a good bit of whiskey, Jim's daddy held him while his granny patched him up. Then all gathered there bowed their heads and thanked the Lord for their many, many blessings, for family and for guns and dogs. for the will to keep on fighting when all seemed lost. And last but not least, for real good neighbors willing to come running when trouble comes bloody in the night.